How's it going, everyone? Marriland here. That's right, it's time for more Pixelmon on the Marrilcraft server, which is super awesome. As you can see behind me, I have put in some work on my base, and I am not done with it yet, but that's kind of what I want to do this episode. Maybe among other things, we'll see if we have time for some stuff, but yeah, I wanted to expand this to a pyramid, like an actual proper pyramid, and now it is indeed a proper pyramid with some cool entrances inside. Now the inside, I still need to work on a little bit. I've been trying to give some thought as to what to do, and I can press O, by the way, to hide the like hit points and level and stuff. It can sometimes take a bit of room on the display, but I figure, you know what, this is a good way. Like, I'm not going to be doing the Pokemon stuff for a little bit, although I might have a chance to do that later on in the episode. But for right now, I just kind of want to take a look at this pyramid, because you know what, this is my home. This is kind of where I want to live. I want to put in some work. And this thing wants to fight me, doesn't it? Get over here. Fine, let's do this. I don't know how Flygon's going to fight that thing all the way from in there, but she did. Anyway, I have a lot of thought that I need to think about here. So maybe I'll walk you through it. So my thought is, first of all, I want to have this all kind of level. I know right now it's a little uneven, but that's kind of a project in the future. But the main thing is the inside of the pyramid, okay? So first of all, this area here, this is where my old base used to be. I didn't move anything yet. Here's where the door was. I left it intact because, yeah, it's going to be a nightmare trying to move all these items around. It's not as bad as it could be, but I definitely need to give that some thought. There's a basement down here, but the problem with this is it's a little bit off center. So I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. Now, I like the inside of it. I think it'll look really great once all these chests and stuff are out of the way and storage drawers. But for right now, it's not entirely there. Now, there is a ceiling up there. Originally, my thought was I could have a, I don't know, like a second floor and do stuff or have something up here. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I realize this is just going to end up being an empty room, isn't it? Like, I can't really think of anything that would go up here. And I think it would actually be better just taking it down so we can see the main part of it down below. Let me actually just kind of show you an example here. Thankfully, sandstone breaks so easily. Gotta love that. It took so long to place all this, but I'm definitely having second thoughts. I think it would be nice if instead we could look up and see, like, you know, the inner slope there. It's not as efficient as it could be. Obviously, we'd be a lot more efficient if, you know, we had multiple floors and stuff. But I figure we're probably going to have a basement anyway. And even at that, this is going to be very big inside. I was thinking we could line a lot of, I don't know, maybe one of the sides with like storage drawers or something. Like maybe this side. The other thing to think about is, in fact, you can even see me starting to do this. I think for all of the entrances, whoops, I would like to have stairs or something going down a level, because that way we won't run into an issue over here with you have like a 1 block high area. You can't do anything with that. So if instead, whoops, I think I've gone too far this time. If instead we had like a wall like this, you know, 3 blocks high, that's so cozy. I mean, you could do all sorts of stuff with that. Doesn't feel cramped at all, and you know, that it just make the most out of the space that we have. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think we're going to tear down that top, and then we are going to expand this on the bottom a bit. Now the tough thing is moving all these items. I'm not looking forward to that, especially these diamond chests. I do need to upgrade those because actually, I guess it's not quite as urgent as I thought. I know I'd talked about removing iron chest in the past, but we're going to be upgrading the Marrilpack to version 1.8.9 of Minecraft as a base. So then it will be compatible with version 4.2 point whatever of Pixelmon. And apparently the 1.8.9 version of Iron Chest actually does work with, what is it, Sponge Forge, which I was trying to make sure that all mods in the pack would be compatible for that, just in case, you know, you needed something on SpongeForge, like permissions and stuff, like for servers, which could be good to have. It's definitely better to have that as an option than not. And that was part of the reason I wanted to remove it, was because it was incompatible. But you know what? Now I don't think it will be. And not that it matters, because we're going to be having to do a reset for that anyway. We'll be adding some really interesting mods. I was playing around with that a bit. I was working on, you know, what kind of mods to add to 1.8.9. Well, to Marrilpack 1. It will be Marrilpack 1. This is sort of a beta run. I'll be testing it as 0.9, I think. And then version 1 will be like the stable release. But looking at some different possibilities for that, that'll still keep in the Pixelmon theme. I just need to find like a good backpack mod or something. I know that there's plenty, but just trying to figure out where to go from here. But long and short of it, we will have the, iron chests in there because it works now, which is great. All right, anyway, that was probably enough rambling here. I'm gonna tear this down and I'll see you in a moment. All right, so I was away. I was looking up, all right, what do I want to do for tools? And a legendary Pokemon has spawned in a savanna biome. So yeah, it should be around here. Let me actually bring along some Pokemon. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Raikou. So let me get that thing, or at least make an attempt. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I figure, you know what, might as well be worth a shot. So I do have quite a few Pokeballs and such, so hopefully I'll be able to catch it. All right, well, let's jet over there. Should be over by the Pokemon League. So legendary Pokemon can spawn randomly in certain biomes. You'll see a notice on the whatchamacallit on the chat saying a legendary Pokemon has spawned in a, then insert the biome type there. So that could be a nice way to let you know something's there. In the savanna biome, oh, look at that thing. It's a Raikou. Now, the only other one on the server right now is Snake Eye. He doesn't have any Pokemon that can fight it, and I do. And I gave him first dibs because it was over where he was at. But yeah, let's try to catch this thing. That'd be great. Have a chance to hopefully get a legendary Pokemon. Hey, stop scooting away there, Raikou. Let's try a quick ball to start things off. Maybe we'll get lucky with, no, not even close. So I'm positive Sandtomb won't knock this thing out. Did pretty good. It will wear off though. Now I have plenty of Pokeballs, so I'm just going to try to catch this thing in whatever I've got. I don't want to accidentally knock it out because that might have happened in the past with a Groudon. I might have tried to catch one. I got a critical hit, and yeah, knocked it out. Critical hit flamethrower, I think it was, with my Charizard. So that was really unfortunate. But with Drought up, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Now, this thing doesn't seem to be able to do anything to Small Fry here. I hope it doesn't have Roar. But if it does, there's really nothing I can do. It has Discharge, Spark. There was another move. I don't remember. Thunderfang. I don't know what its other move is, but this could be just a waiting game for my Flygon here. Now, I don't necessarily want to weaken it. Oh, Crunch. That's its other move. Okay, well, it doesn't have anything like Roar. It doesn't have anything that's going to damage itself. I'm going to go for False Swipe. Try to weaken it as much as I can. We will use a Max Potion. These are actually pretty simple to craft now. Just takes some water and some Ghast Tears. And you know what? Ghast Tears are really not that bad to get because you get so many of them when you're over fighting the bosses, because I think they're dropped by, like, I don't remember if it's Haunter or what, but oh darn you, why do you have to... Whoa! You know what? Whatever. Oh, actually, you are going to be knocked out because this Raikou only has damaging attacks. Well, should be fine. Okay, just don't knock me out. If it does, it's not a huge deal. Oh yeah, you know what? Whatever. You're just gonna be knocked out then. Sorry, Tiny. Small Fry should be able to handle these attacks like nobody's business. Timer Balls should work now. Hopefully we can get this Raikou. Oh man, I'm excited about this. Come on, stay in there. Darn it, so close. Yeah, these legendaries are pretty tough to catch. So, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you have crafted up plenty of Pokeballs before fighting a legendary that spawns. Timer Balls are a good idea just because they have a really high catch rate after I think 10 turns have passed. So that's rather handy. Oh, I guess he already has a Raikou, so this is Pygmy. It just looks so tiny. That's not the one I'm catching. That's Snake Eyes over here. So many Raikou. Alright, oh my goodness, this thing. I don't have much more I could do. I don't have a Master Ball. I've been trying to get one at the boss tower, but not having much luck. Oh my goodness. I don't want this thing to run out of power points for its move. I don't think I have Hypnosis on anything. Should probably get something. I have a Mew. There we go. I got it. Woo! Oh man, I need to take a look at this thing. That's awesome. I'm glad we had a chance to show that on camera. I was looking for something legendary to catch. So let's take a look at this new thing. And that was really easy to catch too, which is good. Oh, okay. I mean, all things considered, when I say easy to catch, it took a while, but it only had, like electric type moves and then Crunch. So that's what I mean when I say easy. It definitely took a fair share of Pokeballs to actually catch. I'm gonna put this egg back in my party though. Where on earth did my this thing? Here we go, Larvesta. Give me that flame body. All right, let's step out where it's a little lighter out and take a look at this thing. Oh no, we don't want to fight. Sometimes they get into battles like right away. Yeah, look at it. Oh, it's really funny looking. It looks like it's limping though. Poor thing. You can ride Raikou, which is cool. You can right-click it with an empty hand. And yeah, now the all-important thing, what kind of nature does it have? Careful. That's really bad. It's a small one, too. Yeah, probably not the best nature for a Raikou, but oh well. I wasn't planning on using it for anything too much anyway. I just wanted to have it. So, yeah, let me ride this thing back to the base. Oh, this looks so great. Riding around on a Raikou. Woo! Pretty fast. Well, that's really awesome. And you take a lot of damage when you jump, though, there, pal. I don't know how I feel about this. Alright, well, anyway, I do have a cool Raikou, which I like. Glad I got it. Definitely thank you, Snake Eye, for not getting greedy and giving me an opportunity to capture this thing. So, hooray! All right, back to building. Oh my goodness. Okay, I thought this was a shiny graveler at first. No, it's not a shiny graveler, even though it definitely looks like a shiny graveler, but it's a boss graveler. Level 113. It's one of the highest level boss. Oh, explosion. Well, that's one way to do it. Okay. Leftovers. Nice. Electrizer. Definitely pumped for the leftovers. Although I found you can craft those. It's not a very cheap recipe, but oh, come on. You can craft it using a notch apple, I think it is. So, don't know when they changed that. But yeah. Pretty nice. Okay, that would have been great. I still would love to actually get a shiny of my own. I know I showed that polarity in the last episode, but that was, again, not one that I actually myself got. That was one that Watson found and gave to me. That was a long time ago, too. Oh, I have 2 leftovers now. Huh, that's great. Okay, now back to building. All right, so did a bit of work around the base, trying to get it all prettied up on the inside. Still have some sorting to do, but now I do have everything all lower by 1 floor. In fact, this is how it looks without my super lighting on, but since I have this moonstone shovel, I can just right-click a block and light everything up. It does make it a little gnarly looking in here. Because, like, I don't know, you can't really see my lead Pokemon there. And, of course, it pushes the items over here. But, yeah, anyway, it is at least possible to see everything going on. So these 4 blocks here mark the center of the doors. So that away, that... There's no door over there, but you get the idea. So this is definitely off-center. I need to tear down all these items, but I just kind of wanted to keep you in the loop in the process. Got rid of the door thing up there that used to go to the top floor, but now we're not doing that. Everything down here should be sandstone now. Now, I'm not going to keep it all sandstone. I want to decorate it somehow. Like, I don't know, figure out a good trim or something. Oh, whoops, this wall isn't. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it simple and keep it all sandstone until I get some good inspiration. But yeah, it's all flat. I went with slabs rather than stairs here for all of the entrances, and it seems to work pretty well. Again, I might tidy those up somehow. Maybe give them a new... what's up with all the Pokemon around here? Maybe give them kind of like a new trim or something. Like, I want to use the chiseled sandstone. Might want to use like stone bricks or something to set this apart, or andesite. There is not a lot. Oh yeah, if I have any eye open, then it becomes very difficult to see anything with that. However, if I use a backpack from the backpacks mod, I can look through any eye rather easily. Yeah, so there's not that much in the way of like decoration blocks in this mod pack, so we're gonna have to work with mostly vanilla stuff. Wool itself isn't that much of a pain to get. It's just trying to get the dyes and such, because I don't know, mobs don't spawn. So for a lot of things, you know, like you can't bone meal flowers very easily. Now, can you? Because nothing drops bones in like a massive quantity. You could knock out Cubone for it, but yeah, you're not really gonna be having tons of Cubone. So I don't know. I'll have to give that a little bit of thought. I know the next step is going to be tearing out all this and moving all of my items. I'm not looking forward to that, but I think in the big picture, it will turn out fine. I think I'd like to have storage drawers set up all along this side of the wall. Just put as many items here as possible. Hopefully that won't be excessive, but I think it'll be a good idea for it. And I don't know if I want to go with birch, or I may try a different different flavor of these basic drawers. Let me actually take a look. What do I have here? So we want something that will look good with this. So to make those drawers, I think I'm gonna need some planks. Let me put some of my items away really quick while I'm still able to. I can just double click the drawer controller there and it deposits at least most of my stuff. I don't have everything in there, but you know, I have enough. All right, so we have a few different varieties of wood. I would either go with something darker or I would just go with the birch wood. Birch wood, that's what I'm currently using for the trim. I guess maybe acacia. It's a possibility. All right, let's see. Do I have acacia? That's the problem. I don't think I have much acacia. But that's okay. Oh, spruce wood. Okay, let's try some of this out. Can I remember the recipe? That's the problem. Let me switch to my backpack. Look up NEI. I can't search while I have this backpack open because it's too big. I think I can't even on this, darn it. It's okay. I think I can use this crafting bench. All right, here we go. So, drawers. These are the varieties I could go with. There's jungle, there's spruce, there's dark oak. I think spruce or maybe even regular oak would look good. I'm actually thinking spruce would be my best bet. So we need a chest and some spruce planks. That's perfect. That's kind of what I thought. Let me take that. Let me take some spruce planks. And we're just going to kind of see how it looks next to the sandstone. You know, we might as well make the ones that hold 32 per drawer. All right, let's see. How does that look? Just trying to imagine a bunch of those kind of next to each other. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, I don't know. I think we might actually have more luck with oak. So let's make some of this. So we need to make a chest, and then we need to make a basic drawer. See, that whole wall is going to be filled with them. So I don't want it to be too harsh, but I'm kind of afraid that if it's birch, it's going to blend in a bit too well. And that might not be a bad thing either. Let me see. I have a whole bunch of birch trim, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere. Oh, I even have some birch drawers. Well, let's take some of this birch trim. We'll just kind of see. Like, this will give us an idea of what it'll look like. So if we had this entire wall, and these were actually the drawers themselves, it would kind of look like this, except with items. Oh, I don't have an axe on me, do I? I don't think I do. So, oh, man, I mean, that probably fits it the best. It's just a matter if I were to separate it with like some other kind of block down here. I think it's either going to be this or the oak. I definitely think dark oak is going to be too dark. I think this is just slightly off color. The acacia, I think, would be a little too red. Jungle is a possibility, except I don't have any jungle wood. I know Watson has like 18,000, so I could probably borrow some from him if I needed. Oh, man. The decisions. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Well, I guess I will go with birch for right now because I have a lot of it, but I might have to swap it out. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to keep you updated where we're at. Okay, so I was just kind of flying around, and suddenly I see that a legendary Pokemon has spawned in a deep ocean biome, which means I think that might be Kyogre. I don't know where the heck this thing is. So, hopefully I don't cause it to despawn. I'm the only one on the server right now. I was planning on getting some materials, but I don't see it. Unless it's underwater or something. Oh, wait. Is that it? I see something on the mini-map. Well, let's go for it. So tough to see anything. Oh, man. Where is it? Wait, what's that blue? Oh, that's my Flygon. I wonder if I can light the ocean up with my moonstone thing. Oh man, did it despawn? I think whatever it was might have despawned. Okay, this is a little better. But I still don't see it. Wait, there's something. Hopefully this will help. I don't have any water Pokemon I can ride around on. So it's in a deep ocean. Well, at least I can see underwater. Let me see if I can find that thing. Hopefully it didn't despawn, because that'd be cool to get a Kyogre, huh? Darn it. Well, you know what? I was looking all around for it, and I just could not find it. I think I missed my opportunity. I think legendary Pokemon only stick around for a little bit, and then they despawn. And I'm also afraid that I might have accidentally gone a little too far away from it, so it despawned. I may be totally incorrect, but regardless, I could not locate it, so unless it is over here for some reason, which I guess there's a remote chance. Again, I'm not very well versed in the spawning mechanics. I only know a little bit what people have been telling me. But I do not see Kyogre anywhere around here. So I guess that is a fail. Wah, wah. Okay, so I've been at this for a few hours now, and I mean I've gone to get some resources and stuff, but I think I'm just gonna have to call it a day. I know I don't have everything done, but I figure I'll go ahead and show you what I have done so far. So everything in here is all set. Let me go ahead and illuminate it with the moonstone shovel, which is so handy. Yeah, but okay, I have these basic drawers on the side. Now, if you're not familiar with what these storage drawers do, they store items. They store whatever you see on the little label there. They store a number of stacks. Now, if it's a large full drawer like this, I think it stores 32 stacks of an item, or 2048 by default. If you make the 2x2 drawers, then it's going to be storing 8 stacks of 4 different items. So you get the same total of items in that one block, but you get different varieties. Now, you're actually probably better off using adjustable chests. But the nice thing about these is you can use this storage or the drawer controller, and it kind of automatically finds any adjacent any drawer on the network, and you make a network just as long as they're connected. It's part of the network. It just will like deposit it there automatically. So that's like the advantage and why you'd want to do that. So that's why I have a whole bunch of these things over here. I'm gonna line the wall with them. I'll have little kind of compartments on this side and then probably on that side for items that, you know, I would like to have auto-sorted, like these stones, okay? I don't think I'm going to be having more than 512 of any stone. That'd be a lot, but, you know, I'd like to have them. I don't think I need them in a chest or anything. I'd like to have them visible. Whereas things like TMs, I don't want to have in these, and the reason is there are a lot of TMs, okay? But all of them that I have so far fit inside of this one diamond chest. That's pretty good. And I'm sure I could fit them all inside of here, or at least pretty darn close. I think this stores, what was it, like 90 or something? I don't know, it's a lot. 15, 30, 45. Yeah, I think that's 90 items total. And it has the most of the adjustable chest, at least. Don't know how many this stores, but definitely looks like a lot. Either way, I could have 2 chests to store all my TMs, and even though I have to manually put them in there, it's not really that big of a deal. I'm not done with this yet. I have this marked out as the absolute center point. I think I want to put a water fountain here. Like, I'm going to tear down all this stuff here in the center. I'm going to move all my chests. It's a daunting process, but I did learn something. Something really handy. So I made this Better Chests user manual, and you make that by crafting a storage upgrade, which you use for the Better Chests. It's this thing, or I'm sorry, an upgrade case. Really cheap to make. A little bit of iron and some wood, and you get 8 of these. These can also be used to make the slot upgrades, which increase the amount of storage you can have. But there's all sorts of other things, like light upgrade, comparator, player upgrade's nice, because then no one other than yourself and admins can open up your chests. So that's really handy if you want to keep stuff safe, you know? The other thing is the adjustable chest. Now, I'd like to try this. I want to make an aromatic hammer, which you can do by, I think it's taking 2 iron, a cobblestone, and 2 sticks, if I'm not mistaken. And, give me that. Apparently, you can use this to move these adjustable chests. Let me test it out on this one that I don't really care about. You have to hold shift and then right click. Oh, look at that. Now it has a weird texture, and as it says, I know it doesn't have a texture. You don't have to report it. Yeah, that's the mod itself. But needless to say, could I really just move this chest? Oh, that's so great. And it has everything in it. So I can just move it wherever I want. Yeah, adjustable chests for the win. Yeah, this Better Chest mod. Hopefully it's ported to 1.8.9 because I will be migrating before too long, but I'm going to miss this all of a sudden if I don't have it. But man, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these items and move them into adjustable chests, move them over. The one-off items like these, except for things that are stacking like crazy, I think I'm just going to have them in a few different chests. I don't know where, but somewhere. And the rest of the items, like Minecraft items, saplings, I don't know, they'll all be on the wall over here. Smaller quantity items over here, but I find I fill those up so fast. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with this. This will be torn down. But you know what? Before I wrap the episode up, I think I would like to show you the breeding thing, the ranch block. So I didn't actually talk about this much. I did while streaming. I was going to make it in an episode. And you know what? Like I said last episode, you know what? I'm just not going to bother trying to go back and reuse all that footage. It's just not worth it. It's nice and all, but I can do better than that. Oh, I'm looking at this. Okay, so there are these items, these hourglasses. They're functionally the same, but I'll bring along some of them just so I can talk about them. Hi, Sandslash, what are you doing? Okay, so let's talk about breeding. The birds and the bees. Kids, go home. You don't want to hear this. Okay, so you can use this ranch block thing to, no recipe found. You know what? Let me look this up. You can make a ranch block by taking a PC, a piston, and a flower pot. The PC is made with some aluminum plates and redstone lamp, glass pane. How do you make the aluminum plates? Don't remember if I showed it or not, but all you need to do is just take some aluminum. Oh, hey, my egg hatched. Darn it, I've been getting female Nidoran males. I don't know if this bug is still present in the newer versions, but when I've been breeding my Nidorans, they've been hatching as either gender, but also as either species, so yeah. kind of confusing. But anyhow, the eggs, as you saw, they'll be generated by your Pokemon that you leave in the breeding center. You need to have that ranch block. Oh, darn it. You know what? That's right. My egg hatched. I was telling you about the plates because this is important. Not a lot of people think about this, but you just take your aluminum, you put it on the Pixelmon anvil, use your hammer, left click it. Yeah, it turns it into a plate. Or you can use the automatic or mechanical anvil, this thing, if you'd rather. But yeah, you need those aluminum plates. The other thing is ranch upgrades. You can sometimes get these from bosses. The boss Pokemon that you can fight atop boss towers or just wherever you're around looking. Sometimes you'll find them. They're just kind of rare. Those increase the range of your ranch here. So by default, I do so believe the ranch area goes out to where these fences are. Now, a ranch block, it will look at the topmost block on the world that isn't an air block. So don't place this underground, okay? I tried it, and it was not good. And again, this is a configuration, by the way. By default, it's on, which is why I'm telling you about it. It's also that way in the Marrilpack, but it will look at the topmost block and use that to determine whether or not it makes a Pokemon happy. Well, let me claim this egg in a moment. I want to finish this. So you can leave 2 Pokemon, or I think you can even leave up to 6, but only 2 will breed, to my knowledge. You can leave them here, and then they will slowly breed. They'll have little hearts above their head to indicate where they are as far as laying an egg. Now, unfortunately, it's not as quick as the main series games. It actually does take a while, but you can increase that amount of time, or you can increase how quickly they reproduce by making sure you have a lot of things that they like. And this is determined based on blocks. So, for instance, wool. This is an item that normal type Pokemon like. It adds, I think, either +1 or +2 to some kind of a affection meter thing. Fences, I think, are +1. Torches, I don't remember if those are fire or what. Dirt, I don't remember what that is. But point is, you set blocks in a, let's see, 2, 3, 4 out, sort of like a farm radius by default. So it goes out to where these fences are right now, or here's the center, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. If you kind of mouse over the ranch block, you'll see little invisible tiles kind of indicating what its range is. You can use up to, I think it's 3 ranch upgrades, these things, to increase the range, and it can go all the way up to here. So that just gives you that many more blocks to influence it. Now, when you right-click it, it kind of should tell you how they're doing. In this case, Luxio falls madly in love with Mike Crow every single day. Yeah, and over here, the same. So that's the most you can get. And that means that they will produce an egg every 37.5 minutes. I could also use this hourglass, which you get from bosses, to increase that. And see now, Luxio increased the breeding level. It's a white heart. Great. I could do the same with my crow. And once they get up to red hearts, it should then mean, oh, you're going to get an egg. So, wonderful. Now, I will have in the description a link to the Pixelmon wiki page that kind of tells you which you should use, like which block type you should use for each different type of Pokemon. And it does count them separately, so, you know, you'd need to have something that Luxio likes, and you need to have something that Zangoose likes in the same area. So, yeah. Alright, and then after they've got to red hearts, you'll get an egg. And you can just right-click and claim egg. And ta-da! And as you saw, the egg will hatch eventually. You'll see little cracks on it as it's getting closer to hatching. And then it will hatch. And that's kind of cool. it does use the Gen 5, I'm sorry, Gen 6 breeding mechanics. So you could use the Destiny Knot, you could use Everstone, does pass along abilities. It's good to know if you want to do IV breeding. I don't know if I'm going to or not, but point is, that's how you get eggs. And I know I did see a comment or two asking about that in the last episode, so now you know. That's what this is all about. I swapped out some of the wool for redstone because that's good for electric types. Anyway, I think we're going to leave things off here. I know I missed that Kyogre. It's still a little... Well, I'm not upset about it. It would have been nice to have gotten it, but oh well. But I did get a Raikou, and I feel great about that. So now, also we have this nice pyramid, which, by the way, looks really quite dashing from a distance, you know? Look at that. That's so nice. The inside is really coming along as well. It's just that arduous task of moving items. And let's just turn on the lights for a moment here. See, won't this look nice? I'll try to light it up properly so you don't even need to use some kind of a night vision buff. But it's just going to be so roomy in here. I'm glad I decided to dig down another level because that really makes it feel spacious. It's great. Anyway, we're going to leave things off here. I'm sneaking at you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, there's still time to make a pledge by the end of the month. And if you do pledge at least $10, then you can join the Pixelmon server here, the Marrilcraft, the official Marrilcraft server. Again, it's not sponsored by Patreon, by Pixelmon, by Mojang, by Minecraft, by Microsoft, by anyone. It's just where I play with my patrons and where I'm doing these videos on. Of course, you could feel free to download the Marrilpack and set up a server or just play on single player yourself. There's a link in the description for that as well. And we will be working on, well, I'll be working on getting a version for my Pixelmon 4.2 and Minecraft 1.8.9. Probably about a month or so, month and a half maybe, I don't know when. It'll be a reset, so we still want to do some stuff here. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you on the next episode of Marriland's Marrilcraft Pixelmon Adventures. See you next time, everyone. Woo!